Hello, I'm Matt Galloway. This is a special edition of The Current. We are live in Saskatoon at the Broadway Theatre. Hello, everyone. So we've had some great people here with us on stage. We're going to crank things up. Our next guest is a big star here in Saskatoon and beyond. Please put your hands together. Maybe you want to dance as well for Farideh.
Morning sickness, endometriosis, menopause, migraines, PCOS. Happening to your body, we don't know because we never really studied the female body. Say it's all in my head, but the research is quite spotty.
How are you?
So good.
People who are listening can't see what you did, which and what you're wearing.
It's a sunglasses, but it's like your full face. My husband says that makes me look like a security camera.
It's a good look.
Thank you.
That tune, I mean, what is it? 3 million views on TikTok?
Yeah, and 17 million on Instagram.
What is it like to be a viral star on the internet? I don't know anything about these things.
Well, I would say a little overwhelming,
Really?
honestly.
Is it?
You know, like Maria Shriver posted it and was like, this should be a White House song for like the Women's Health Initiative. And I was like, I just put my phone down and I was like, I don't even know how to feel about that.
The tune is called Female Body. Tell me about it.
The song is about, the punchline is basically I list many conditions that affect women, and then I'm like, because they've never really studied the female body. And I don't know if it's funny, it's just true. And it's basically like, the research is, like they didn't really actually have to include women in research studies until 1993. So personally what happened to me is that I needed to take my husband to the hospital, and he was having a hard time grabbing stuff. He kind of had a hard time going up the stairs, and I was like, we have to go to the hospital. He's like, no, I don't think so. I was like, we will. And I was preparing for him to be treated like a woman. And I thought,
and which is?
They're not going to believe you. He's going to send them home. But Matt, you know, it's like when he walked through those doors, it's like he had Beyonce's wind machine on him. All those nurses were like, he looks like our son. They like got him an emergency bed. Hundreds of people are waiting. All of them women. And they're like, we know exactly all the tests to run. We're so glad you're here. At that point, I'm like, leave him alone. He's fine. It's a mistake. What kind of treatment is? And then I was like, oh, they just know what to do with his body. And that's one of the inspirations for Female Body.
Are you surprised that it has become, I mean, not just Maria Shriver, but that many people have leaned into this and understood what the message is of the tune?
Great question. Usually with my songs, I'll have an idea of like, oh, this one's gonna hit, and then it bombs, and then there's ones that are a surprise. But I have also learned that like, it seems like comedy is also about like pressing a rage button. And I know that I have lots of friends with endometriosis who have like had to advocate for themselves and not been heard and
not believed.
Yeah, exactly. Or friends with migraines, and so I kind of thought in my heart like, this is something I know women are talking to each other about, and that they're angry. So I'll give them a banger.
And you did.
Yeah.
Tell me about, we've been talking about writing, we've been talking about visual art in the city. What's it like to be a musician? People know you from this, people know you from Rosie and the Rivers as well. What is it like to be a musician in this town? How does the city support music?
Oh, my father is a musician, so I feel like I'm a second generation of Saskatoon and Saskatchewan's music scene. I like grew up there's a Ness Creek Music Festival. Thank you. Yeah, they're an incredible, it's like 3 hours up north in the bush, and it's a festival, but my dad played there every year, so I had the chance to like be part of that and like meet other musicians and have the opportunity to play this festival. And so the audience, like Saskatoon loves live music. And then once again, some people get locked in their houses and they write books. Some of them get weird and they write comedy. And some of them get depressed and they write music.
And you never felt like you had to leave and go somewhere else to do your music? I mean, one of the things that we've heard is that people will go and then come back. Maybe they feel like they have to go somewhere else, and then they realize that somewhere else is actually not where they want to be, that home is here, and then they come back.
Yeah, I was like, I am never going to live in this place. As soon as I can get out of here, I'm out of here. This winter is not for me. And then I had the chance to tour the world. I toured all over Canada. I toured all over the US, Europe and New Zealand and Australia. And I was like, there isn't a place better. Firstly, everybody's from somewhere. But then I was like, the people, my mom. I'm not going to leave my mom.
What is it like when the phone rings and it's Good Morning America or the Today Show on the other line?
I'm so grateful. One of the things about living in Saskatchewan is that there are new opportunities that are available because of the internet. So then you're like, what is happening? Why is Good Morning America calling me? Because I just put a video on my phone. And I think that's the wonderful things that lets me allow to keep staying is that my career isn't limited by my location anymore because we have an airport and we have the internet.
What else do you need?
What else do you need? Just my mom. Done.
You write a lot about motherhood as well.
Yeah.
What drives you crazy about being a mom?
Wow. Well, I think it is a journey through chaos. It's limitless. But yeah, somebody asked me at the very beginning because I was a musician for a long time, and I just kind of fell into comedy. It wasn't like a plan I had. It was just something I did. And somebody asked me, what's the most annoying part about being a mom? And I was like, the most annoying part is that strangers approach my husband in public when he's just pushing a stroller to tell him how amazing he is. Literally. I have a job where I wish for applause. Where are my strangers approaching me?
That sets up this next tune that you're going to play.
Yeah, would you like me to play it now?
Tell us about what it is. I mean, in some ways you've told the story, but what is this about?
This it's a song. It was my first viral hit, Matt. It's called "Such a Good Dad," and it's really about all the applause my husband gets. And I want to tell you, he is such a good dad.
You're saying that seriously?
That is a serious, but also, and we learned this right away. When my husband when we first had our baby, he took off 2 months, and he strapped that baby to him in his little baby Bjorn carrier. And he went out in the neighborhood, and because it's a community, he came home and he was like, I am a god. He's like, strangers, women are approaching me, but oh my God, look at that man. My baby daddy wouldn't do that. And look at you. And he's like, this is incredible. So we started laughing about this together, about this truth that, I'll be like, you realize, if somebody's in the grocery store being like, you're such an amazing dad. I'm like, you realize ain't no mom being approached in a grocery store to be like, you're out with your child in a grocery store? You are so amazing. What a mom.
All right, let's hear it.
All right.
Performing live at the Broadway Theater. This is from her album, The Motherload. It's Farideh, and yes, you are such a good dad.
I did the cooking and the cleaning and the groceries and the laundry, fed the cat and the dog, and someone stole my pocket. Got a gift for your mother, but she probably won't pay the bill. Wiped her butt, broke up a couple times. Then I just about lost my mind, cause we both took the kids to the park. And someone said to you, you are such a good dad. You are such a good dad. I woke at 5 a.m. to screaming in the hallway. There was barf in the bed, so another load of laundry. Our kid was crying, so we talked about our feelings. You were sleeping. That's cool. But then you got up and your mom came over and she said, you are such a good dad. You are such a good dad, yes. I did the bath time, story time, the pee time, the snack time. I said, go to bed. Just about 1,000,000 times. Then I sat down to write this song, and you said, "Did you notice I mowed the lawn?" You are such a good dad. You are such a good dad. Such a good dad. You are such a good dad. Yeah, such a good dad. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's fantastic. Farideh.